I don't drink coffee.
I drink coffee.
I'm going to ask him a bunch of questions about coffee.
Okay, and we're going to talk about all the health benefits, the negative sides, all of it. Myth, reality, whatever. Welcome to Talking with Docs. I'm Dr. Brad Weening.
I'm Dr. Paul Zalzal.
Some people think I talk too fast.
You do.
And too loud.
Probably the
Maybe
coffee.
It's the coffee.
It's probably the coffee.
Okay, here we go. Let's rapid fire on some questions.
Dehydration. Coffee causes dehydration.
Myth.
That's it? That's all you're going to say?
Yeah, for now, and then we're going to talk a little more about it.
Inflammation. Causes inflammation.
No, myth.
That's all you're going to say about that?
Yeah.
Okay. Heart disease. It causes heart disease.
Myth.
Increases athletic performance.
True.
Increases mental acuity.
True.
Get addicted to it.
Probably myth. Mostly myth.
Causes osteoporosis.
Myth.
Helps you live longer.
Probably truth.
Really?
Yep. Okay.
Break it down.
So what is coffee? So coffee is a plant. So they talk about a bean. It's not really a bean. It's a seed.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's a seed.
I ate one by accident.
Oh.
It was chocolate covered. I thought it was a Malteser.
You and your chocolate covered everything.
I thought it was a Malteser. I popped it in my mouth. I'm like, whoa, this Malteser's gone bad.
And what's neat about this seed is when we run water through it, it actually has hundreds, potentially even like 1,000 different plant compounds that have beneficial health effects. So plant sterols and phytochemicals that have measurable health benefits. So one of the most studied compounds or foods kind of that we have. So I think it's really...
coffee is one of those?
Yeah, one of the most studied. So not necessarily randomized controlled trials, but definitely tons of observational data to tell us that coffee has many, many health benefits.
Not just what Ricardo Montalban says?
No, that's right. Yeah. I think it was Nabob. I can't remember.
I think so. I like cocoa beans.
Yeah, so benefits. Let's first start with brain function. So there's been very good studies to show that drinking coffee improves your mental alertness and your acuity.
Okay, and can we attribute that to the caffeine?
So a lot of it is related to caffeine,
so.
but there certainly are benefits that are independent of the caffeine because decaffeinated coffee still maintains a lot of the health benefits.
Yeah, but for brain function and mental acuity.
Yeah, so it's mostly the caffeine for sure. Okay, the second one is for exercise performance. One of the most studied compounds for exercise. That's why a lot of athletes will take caffeine before they perform, and this is shown to not increase peak performance, but also extend your endurance.
And that's why a lot of those pre-workout things and different sport drinks have caffeine in them.
Yep. Observational studies show that taking caffeine reduces your incidence of type 2 diabetes. Okay. Again, because a lot of the active plant compounds that are there.
That's not the caffeine.
It's not the caffeine. One of the biggest ones, though, is its effect on your liver. So it actually improves liver function and actually reduces your risk of liver cancer. This has been well established. A lot of people don't know this.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, so the way it interacts with your cytochrome P450 system definitely can improve liver function and reduce your risk of getting liver cancer.
Okay, what about longevity? Making you live longer.
Good evidence to show that people that drink 2 to 4 cups a day do live longer. Again, association, not causation. Right, so they could be doing a whole bunch of things that are increasing their longevity, but definitely coffee shown. And one of the reasons may be because of its antioxidant benefits. So it is not necessarily the best source of antioxidants, but within a lot of populations in the world, it is maybe the highest source of antioxidants because of the amount of coffee that people drink. So this mops up free radicals, reduces age-related changes over time. So antioxidant benefits very measurable with coffee and very good for you.
And these longevity studies of which you speak are not randomized controlled trials. These are associations. And of course, so it might be the people that drank coffee did other things that helped them live longer too. Who knows? But generally, there's an association with living longer in coffee seen in these observational studies.
Right. So let's talk about the downsides of coffee. So some of the downsides are, in some people, if you're prone, you could have increased anxiety.
Definitely. That's one of the first things you're told to cut out if you have anxiety is cut out the caffeine because that can trigger it, that can lead it, that can make it worse.
Right. And certainly, it's same for your sleep. So you know how some people can drink coffee and go right to bed. Other people have to stop coffee 8 to 12 hours. This is probably because of a gene, CYP1A, which allows your liver to break down caffeine more effectively. So some people break it down more slowly. Those are the people who are probably going to get more jittery and have more trouble sleeping. So if you are genetically predisposed, you may find that you have to alter your caffeine as well as your coffee intake depending on whether or not you have this gene or not.
Yeah, but definitely if caffeine keeps you awake. So for everyone, if you're going to drink a cup of coffee and then go to bed, you might have trouble going to sleep.
Not everybody, but it certainly is variable. So for blood pressure, if you do have high blood pressure, this can temporarily increase your blood pressure. And occasionally in someone that has really high blood pressure or more problematic blood pressure, this can be a contributing factor. So you have to keep that in mind if you are actively trying to treat your blood pressure. Similarly, some people can have palpitations.
Yeah, so feelings of irregular heart beating, certainly if that's something you're suffering from, one of the first things your doctor may say is reduce your caffeine intake. And that can happen too with some of the energy drinks that have so much caffeine in them. And people drinking 2, 3, 4, 5 of those may definitely have some of these problems, including palpitations and hypertension.
Absolutely. Caffeine has well-identified digestive effects. So if you're someone who suffers from reflux, that's going to be a problem. It can actually cause a combination of, it can cause diarrhea in some people. So stomach upset. So if you're sensitive, beware that caffeine could be contributing to this. The other group of people that I'd say you have to be a little bit careful of is pregnancy. They recommend that caffeine intake should be limited to about 200 milligrams. So that'd be like a strong cup of coffee or a cup and a half of coffee. And then the last one that I didn't know, and this is what's going to change my coffee drinking habits going forward probably from today, is that depending on whether or not your coffee is filtered or say French press, there are 2 oils that are present in coffee, cafestol and K-wall, and these can increase your LDL 5 to 8%. So if you do a French press, those oils primarily stay there and can actually improve the sensation in your mouth and the velvety texture of the coffee. So you might like how it tastes better, but these oils can contribute to increased LDL. But if you use a filter, particularly a paper filter, you can reduce this and not have the negative effects on your LDL. So if you're someone who cares about cholesterol and thinks that's important, you're like, man, I'm doing all the right things, this can have an effect that's similar to the effect of taking Metamucil every day. 5 to 8%, that's very real. So if that matters to you, consider switching from a French press, or the metal filter's kind of in between. The paper filter seems to get most of the oil.
So how are you going to change it? You're going to go down to paper
so we have like one of those reusable metal filters. I think I'm going to talk to my wife and see if we could embrace the paper and see if you notice the taste too, because it might change the taste a little bit. So
drawback.
You're like, I don't care, I don't drink coffee anyway.
I've had coffee cake.
What a coffee cake. What I would say is the sweet spot for most of these studies is in the 2 to 4 cup range. Obviously, the more you go up. Back to the dehydration stuff though, with that myth. A lot of people think caffeine is dehydrating. Yes, caffeine is a very mild diuretic, but the amount of water that you get in your coffee more than compensates for the negative part of the caffeine.
What if you have an espresso?
Well, probably that could be a contributing factor.
Coffee.
Yeah, maybe. Yes. And then we talked about how it's actually anti-inflammatory. We talked about how it reduces your risk of heart disease, improves your athletic performance, increases your alertness. The caffeine can have some mild dependencies, or you can get used to it, so theoretically it could be addictive, but definitely has not been shown to cause osteoporosis, and definitely is good for your liver. So worth considering. I know you're not going to have coffee.
No.
Addictive. How come? Is it because you don't like it? But you never tasted it, so how would you even know?
I think because I feel like
I think you wear it like a badge now.
No. I think if I had one, then I'm gonna probably want to have one every day. Then it's probably gonna go to 2 or 3 every day, and then just something. I don't need another thing in my life that I need.
What if you really like it?
Well, I really like not having it. If I don't know, then I won't know. So why would I do it?
Ignorance is bliss over on your side when it comes to coffee. Yeah. Okay, if you like this video, please like it, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment if you like coffee, don't like coffee, used to drink coffee, drink too much coffee, learn something new about coffee today, leave a comment.
All those baristas out there, we want to hear from you.
Yes.
Remember, you are in charge of your own health.
We'll see you next time.